Alright guys, Robert and Kyle here. Day 3 working on the truck. Day 2 doing the head gasket. So, got some new toys here. Last time we stopped with the harmonic balancer pulley puller being stuck on. So, we got the harmonic balancer pulley puller kit. Pulley puller kit. And also got a new fill filter because there was a bunch of junk in the fuel line. So, we figured that filter's shot. New spark plugs, all 8 of them because, you know, it's a 4-cylinder. And all 8 new ignition coils as well. So, about to get started on not using any of those parts and still trying to get the head off. Alright, so the thing is we don't have 3 bolts. There's only 2 holes down there that aren't filled.
I mean, it could just be like dirt or something.
I really don't think. Let me check. It's dirt, man.
Are you kidding me?
It's dirt in the hole. That's why the hole wasn't clear. Oh, alright. Well,
sitting here thinking that this Ford Ranger has a
broken off bolt
in there or something. Nope, that's just 300,000 miles for you.
All right.
And I guess the Florida sand. Well, just a small update. While there was dirt in the hole, none of the bolts that the kit came with actually fit.
These fit though.
But we did find that
these are the long ones too, so I can actually...
some of the bolts from the lower intake manifold just happen to fit.
2 of them do, in fact.
So
I guess just stretch your intake manifold bolts? I don't know.
we'll see what goes.
I mean, it's a tight fit, but it does go in. Only a little PV blaster first, you know? I think I could get those to turn.
Yeah, let's just get in there and blast it.
So all of our timing marks are messed up because our plastic covering behind our engine is where the timing marks are supposed to be, and they're all moved around since the piece of plastic's broken. So here we have artiste Kyle doing some paint work on the belt and the valve cover, so we know where we're at, and then we're going to hold it in gear when we actually take off the valve cover so that the bottom ones don't move. We're also going to mark those since the belt has to go back on those too. So alright, so there's a guy online who mentions that you can push the tensioner in from the back here. It's the only way that we got it to work. So what we did is I got a contraption here consisting of an oil filter changer and a 15/16 and the AC compressor bolt, pushing the tensioner inward. We got the tensioner all the way in here now. So if we need to, we can loosen this up and or tighten this down so that it holds where it's at, and then take this whole contraption off. All right, we're down to the valve cover finally here, so pulling that off. Had to get basically everything off the front and the side. Had the whole tensioner pulley assembly that had to come off. Bit of a stuck bolt there. Anyway, almost down to the, oh, there we go. Off comes the valve cover. Looking good.
Hey, just wait a second. Pull the hood up so you can fit through it.
Not the ideal time for a cramp.
Maybe you should work out. Looks like you're giving birth from my angle, no kidding.
When you gotta lift the 60-pound valves out of the car.
Yep.
Stuck. Something in the back. Oh, it's stuck on the thing. I got it.
I mean the unbroken head gasket? So as you can see, head gasket's fine.
Well, I wouldn't be so sure, right? Because if you look, I don't know if we just did it with this fluid, like, it's already moving over to the sides. That's torn. I wouldn't say it's in rough shape.
I mean, you just put a new one on.
Alright, so what we think the problem is, we're probably going to go ask someone who knows a little bit more than we do. But if you could see here, not that this is like corroded or anything, but it just seems like it straight broke off. And you can see where it's actually attached to the gasket here, and this isn't even part of the gasket. This is just almost looks like it just ripped off the head because of the pressure, which is interesting too because the back 2 bolts on this were really loose. I think someone that did this before could not get their torque wrench or had to go inside to eat dinner or something because they basically just left them really loose. So we think the combination of maybe this and these back 2 bolts being loose have caused it to leak. So we think that we're gonna go try and see if anybody can do anything about this, and then figure out if we need a new head, or for the next episode will be at the junkyard. Stay tuned. If you're looking for Robert, he's in the insane asylum because he can't get this plastic cover. He can't get it off. He doesn't know how to get it off.
It just won't come off.
It just won't come off.
No one on YouTube's got it off.
No one on YouTube's got it off. No one on the internet has got it off, and he's got pretty good Google foo. So he'll be checking himself in. Any last words before we Baker Act you?
I'm not crazy. This cover is.
That's what they all say. We actually found out earlier that most of the bolts in this cover were missing, which is why when we were trying to mark everything up to get the belt aligned, none of the arrows were actually connected. The amount that it's moving now is pretty much the amount that it moved when it was on there. Hey, what are you doing there, Robert?
Well, you know, so you buy a set of tools for AC compressors to take off the snap fittings, and then you realize you need to do a fuel filter, so you just make it bigger. Well, that's less than ideal. I think I'm wearing a glove. Yeah, I'm gonna try that.
Quick tip from Robert here.
Wear a glove.
Drill right into your hand.
Oh, it didn't hit my hand.
Didn't hit his hand, but it could have easily. Safety is definitely third here, but we're not licensed, we're not insured, but you get what you pay for. We're guaranteed to beat any competitor's rate and take probably 5 times as long. My wheel fell off last time I took him up on this offer.
No, it's still not big enough. Gotta make it a little bigger.
No, a little bigger. You want me to get the drill so you can do it right in here next to the
I
fuel?
gotta find a bigger drill bit because the problem I'm running into is.
Oh, we don't have the right size.
No, I never do.
Well, YouTube, Robert's off for the shed, which means it's up to me to talk about this issue we're having. Turn you around. So what happens is when you don't change the fuel filter for about 300,000 miles, it stops working. And when we pulled the fuel line in there, basically, I don't know how to describe it, but like if you ever saw like hogs playing in the mud and like that real thick caked on mud, that's kind of like what was coming out. So either we have really shit gas or we have a really shit filter, or both. Let's check in on Robert. Oh yeah, I forgot I was supposed to clean all this up. Make sure that your gas tank is as full as possible, or else you won't get enough pressure built up against this thing to actually blow it off of the fuel filter. We want as much gas as possible in the tank. Honestly, even when the thing clicks, you want to keep filling up maybe 5 or 6 more times after that. It's not thin enough.
No, I need a thinner one.
We need a different tool entirely.
Oh my god.
Well, YouTube, this has been another failure at Robert's Automotive.
Look, we need to change that fluid and gasket, by the way it's leaking.
You're getting some rear diff fluid.
Rear diff fluid? I'm gonna put it on the list. Rear diff gasket, rear diff fluid.
Yeah, but you know what we need to get off the list first?
What? Engine? And I gotta find the proper fuel set then. We'll just do this next time. I'll leave the clips off for maximum oopsability when we forget to do it. And
Hey YouTube, quick tip, if your car's broken, just go to the dealership and buy a new one. With financing options nowadays, we can get you in a new car for less than $50 a month. Who can't afford that?
Why would you ever do this?
Hey, I'm out.